Good evening, viewers, and thank you for joining me tonight with Soka Xtra. Great to have your company once again in bringing you some great stories on football. On our lineup tonight, first we hear some stories about our women's soccer team preparing to defend their title, a story on Morobean lass Judith Gunemba, who has her eyes on the Pacific Games, and we wrap up with another story on the PNG U23 Men soccer team drawn in a tough pool. But now, let's join Leo Jakanduo, who brings you this report on the women's soccer team.
Pacific Games Women's Soccer defending champion PNG jetted into Port Moresby on Sunday afternoon as they prepare to defend the title at the Pacific Games. The team under coach Gary Phillips had been in camp at PNG FA Academy for the last 2 weeks since returning from the Asia tour to fine-tune their preparation. The team won 3 consecutive gold medals since the introduction of women's football into the Pacific Games in 2003 in Suva, Fiji. 2 members of the team, skipper Deslin Sinui and assistant team manageress Miriam Lanta, will treat the 2015 Pacific Games as special, as it will be their 4th and final games. Sinui and Lanta won the inaugural women's gold medal in Suva and have been together in the last 2 Pacific Games except for these Pacific Games. The former Sinui will lead the team as keeper while Lanta will be an official. Playing on home ground would be a great advantage for the PNG women's team, who will have to win the gold medal to play against New Zealand for an home and away challenge for the 2016 Rio Olympic spot.
Morobean lass Judith Gunemba, with 2 international matches under her belt, is looking forward to the Pacific Games with the women's national soccer team. The 21-year-old was part of the national women's soccer team that took part in the Oceania Football Confederations Cup in Kokopo in October last year. Here's Leo Jakanduo with more.
Gunemba said this was her 2nd international match, the first one being with the under-20s in New Zealand in 2012, and she's enjoying the experience. Unemployed and the 2nd in the family of 4 siblings, which includes younger sister and teammate Megan Gunemba, Judith says their recent future holding New Zealand to a 3-0 scoreline was amazing. She was happy to be part of the team playing alongside with her younger sister. Gunemba's elder brother Raymond plays for Lay City Dwellers in the National Soccer League competition. She said they have a good coach in Gary Phillips and believes that one day they will beat New Zealand, but was convinced that if the same team was maintained, it would form a formidable unit in the future.
The Papua New Guinea men's soccer team has given the short end of the straw after being put in a tough pool. Alongside PNG in Pool B is New Zealand, New Caledonia and Solomon Island, while in Pool A are Tahiti, Fiji, Vanuatu and the Federated State of Micronesia. Let's hear more on that.
The competition will be the 14th time the men's football competition has been held in the history of the Games, and will also be used as the Oceania Football Confederation Men's Olympic Qualifying Tournament for the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. There will be 2 separate knockout stages, which will see one stage determining the team that qualifies for the 2016 Rio Olympics, and a stage to determine the Games medalist. Of the teams in the competition, only 5 teams, namely Fiji, New Zealand, PNG, Solomon Islands and Vanuatu, are eligible for the Olympic qualifier. For these teams, the top 2 teams of each group will advance to the Olympic qualifying semi-finals. For the games, the top 2 teams of each pool will advance to the semi-finals for the medal playoffs, but excluding New Zealand, who is not a Pacific Games Council member. The football competition will begin on Friday, July 3 at 10 a.m. with the Federated States of Micronesia facing Tahiti for Pool A, while at 12 p.m. we'll see New Zealand take on Solomon Islands in the first match for Pool B. For the game's knockout stages, July 15 will see the semi-finals, with the Group A winner facing the Group B runner-up at 2:30 p.m. From there, all medal contenders will face each other on Friday, July 17.
Well, time has caught up with us, but before we go, we want to leave you with this short notice. Thanks for watching. That's all for tonight, and see you all again next week at the same time with Soka Xtra. Log on to www.pngfootball.com.pg to get more information and updates of football in the country. We would like to thank the following sponsors: Telecom PNG Limited, International Food Corporation, Table Birds, New Guinea, Bank South Pacific, Coral Sea Hotels, Trukai, Roadside Assistance PNG, Tolek Electronics, PNG Olympic Committee, HBS and Jumek Corporation Limited for all your continuous support in developing football in the country. From the Soka Xtra crew and PNGFA, good night.